Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a system that could honestly change everything about how you learn, write, and even think. We're talking about a method for turning all those scattered notes you have into this incredible engine for creativity, and it's all based on the work of Sönke Ahrens.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there, staring at that blinking cursor on a totally blank page. For pretty much anyone who has to write, students, academics, you name it, this is the biggest hurdle. That terrifying empty screen, it's where good ideas go to die. But what if I told you that whole blank page problem? It's a total myth.
Yeah, this idea completely flips the script on everything we're taught about writing. You know the drill. Pick a topic, make an outline, do your research, and then, finally, you write. But that rigid, linear process, that's what actually causes writer's block. The system we're going to look at today says, no, no, no. A topic isn't where you start. It's the outcome, the thing that emerges after you've already done the work.
Okay, so if the old way is totally broken, what's the alternative? Well, the answer comes from a pretty unexpected place. We need to talk about this guy, a German sociologist named Niklas Luhmann, a true productivity master.
So get this. Over his 30-year career, Luhmann published, wait for it, 58 books. Just let that sink in for a second. That is almost 2 full books every single year for 3 decades.
And that's not even the whole story. On top of the books, he also pumped out over 400 scholarly articles. And we're not talking about throwaway pieces here. A lot of these became absolute classics in their fields. We're talking sociology, law, even art. But here's the real kicker. When people asked him how he did it, he claimed his insane output wasn't because he worked himself to the bone or had some kind of superhuman willpower. He actually said it was easy. The secret, he said, wasn't his brain power. It was his system.
So what was this magical system? How did he do it? Well, he called it the Zettelkasten, which in German literally just means slip box.
But don't let the simple name fool you. A slip box isn't just some dusty archive where your notes go to die. No, it's more like an external brain. It's a dynamic partner that you have a conversation with. Its whole purpose is to generate new ideas, not just to store old ones.
And the whole magic of it comes down to a fundamental shift. It's about the question you ask yourself. See, with traditional notes, you ask, okay, which topic does this go under? Psychology, history. But with a slip box, you ask a totally different question. In which context will I want to stumble upon this note again? That one little change, it's a game changer. It frees your ideas from their little silos and lets them mingle and connect in ways you could never, ever have predicted.
Okay, so how does it work day to day? It's actually a pretty simple workflow with 3 kinds of notes. First, you have fleeting notes. Think of these as quick brain dumps, an idea you scribble on a napkin. They're temporary. Second, literature notes. When you read something, you jot down the key points, but, and this is crucial, you have to use your own words. It forces you to actually understand it. And finally, the big one, permanent notes. These are the heart and soul of the system. Each one is a single, well-thought-out idea that you put into your slipbox forever. Then you link it to other notes, building this amazing, growing web of your own knowledge.
So you see, this is way more than just a technique for filing index cards. It's a whole new way of thinking. And it's all built on 4 really simple but honestly profound principles that can totally change how you approach your work.
All right, principle number 1. And this one is a real game changer. Get this. Writing isn't what you do after you think. Writing is the thinking, you know? The actual process of trying to put an idea into your own words, that's the best way to figure out if you really understand it, to poke holes in it, and to make it better.
Principle 2 is all about keeping it simple. Think of your notes like shipping containers. Every single one is the same basic shape and size. By standardizing the format of each note, you make it super easy to connect them. And that's where the magic happens. The complexity doesn't come from a single perfect note. It emerges from the incredible network of connections between all your simple notes.
Then we have principle 3. Nobody ever starts from scratch. Seriously, that blank page we talked about, it's dead. A new writing project doesn't begin with you just pulling a topic out of thin air. Instead, you just look inside your slipbox. You see where the notes are clustering together, where little arguments are already starting to form on their own. The work is already halfway done. And that leads us to the last one, principle 4. Let the work carry you forward. This system actually creates its own momentum. Instead of needing this massive reserve of willpower to tackle a huge project, you just focus on tiny, satisfying little tasks. Write one note. Make one connection. Each little win feels good, and it makes you want to do the next one. It's this amazing feedback loop that just kind of pulls you along. It's effortless. All right, I know what you're thinking. This sounds awesome, but where do I even begin? It sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's way simpler than you think. Let's break down how you can start, like right now.
You can literally start this process today. It's just 4 steps. Step 1, just capture an idea, any fleeting thought, don't overthink it. Step 2, read something, an article, a chapter, and write a quick literature note about it in your own words. Step 3, take one of those ideas and make it a permanent note. Just one clear, self-contained idea. And then, and this is the most important part, step 4, make a connection. Ask yourself, what does this remind me of? And add a link to at least one other note. Boom. That's it. You've just laid the first brick of your external brain.
Because when it comes right down to it, the goal here isn't just to be a better organizer of information. The goal is to build a partner, a creative partner that actually talks back to you, that surprises you by connecting ideas you'd completely forgotten about. What if your notes could do that? This isn't just about taking notes. This is about starting a lifelong conversation with yourself.